Over the weekend, I was in central London and was in this beautiful park, Hyde Park, and we could hear some music in the background with some friends. And, with this particular friend, we heard the music and I was like, whoa, I love the sound of that. And it sort of directed us over to this area just by standing in that area and watching people dancing and hearing the music. My body started swaying. Okay, I'm not the brilliant dancer, but my heart was singing to it. I was like full of life. It lit me up. And that's what they mean by going to this universe, the party of the universe. Be pulled, be drawn as a magnet to what fills you up, what lights you up, what sparks off that energy in you. You're living life here now. It's not about putting things off. It's about doing what lights up your soul. And very much so what they're just saying, with music, that can really do it, can really lift that vibrational energy. So if you're feeling really low and feel quite flat, your energy level, then instead of sitting in it, you can acknowledge it. That's what you're supposed to do, is by acknowledging it. This is where I feel at the moment, this is where I am. But then listen, go and put some music on. See what tune that you can tone into. They just said tone into. Just see what you pick up. Sort of put the music on. See how you're feeling. Allow yourself to be in that. Listen to the tones. Allow yourself to be swept away by those tunes, by those notes. And that's very much so what happened recently with me. And just being around people, it was lighting them up. Their heart and their soul, you could feel them, and there was a cross-generation of different ages. And I was watching somebody and the way she was moving, and she turned around and I was so unexpected she must have been in her 80s. And it was like, oh my God, this is fantastic, because her soul was ageless. It was vibrating and moving to this energy. And we can all do this, but we tend to forget. So it's like when you're in that moment, lift up your energy. If it's music, go music. If it's chatting to a friend, go chat to a friend. If it's going out and walking in nature, go and do that. But it's connecting to others that are very like-minded to yourself. It's about bringing yourself into the present moment. It's about taking yourself out of the worries of what if, and it's about bringing it in. But very much at this moment of reevaluating where you are on your soul journey. Look, when, I've had people sort of saying my life purpose, and I sit there with spirit and I check in, and nobody so far has been told, yes, you're going to be the next, I don't know, Einstein or whatever, and you're going to invent this, or you're going to create a space rocket that's going to go off to Mars or whatever. It's not unimportant, they just said. It's more about you learning to fulfill your life and to connect to your soul. And by connecting to your soul is by connecting to your intuition. It's by learning who you truly are, what lights you up. And I know yesterday it was very important for me. Afterwards, I came back and had a salt bath, and I laid in that salt bath and I just enjoyed the water, absorbing all those minerals, and then had those smelly sticks, and I just listened to some music, had a piece of chocolate. I was really getting in touch with what I really loved. And it's very much about that this moment, about the self-care, about looking after yourself, raising up that energy within you and really doing what feels right for you. It's about finding your balance. And where you might have gone to one of those parties in the universe with a certain section of people before, many of you changed. So it'll be a different type of party for you now, and different types of people. But the people you might come across, you will, if they're like-minded and very similar on a similar journey, you're going to gravitate to them like magnets. You're going to be pulled towards them. But the moment, it's very much about that self-care, observing how you're feeling. If you're feeling your energy is a bit all over the place, anchor yourself like that little sailing boat. Just anchor yourself. Bring yourself back to the present moment. If it means reading or spending some time listening to some music, like they said, just do that. But your sole purpose for being here is to connect to your soul so that your soul can then guide you to the next part of your journey. So your soul, you can tap into it and say, is this what I should be doing? And then you'll get a clearer message. When you are more in tuned when you're listening to spirit, when you're connecting with spirit, when you're using all your senses, when you're feeling into it, your guides, your soul can guide you. Your guides will come in, your loved ones. When I'm sitting and I really need assistance from my loved ones who passed over, my grandparents, I have to be still. I have to sit there. I have to meditate. I have to tune into how my body's feeling. I have to anchor myself, place my roots down so my feet connect to the earth, so that I can then silence myself, be aware of my breath that moves within my body, gently connecting to my lungs and my heart. And then I ask them to step forward. Nan, Grandad, what would you do in this situation? Or I reach out and I say to them, I love you, can you support me at this time? I need your guidance. I need your love right now. And that's what I'm hearing to share with everyone right now, is to invite your loved ones in, your guides, to connect. If you're not aware of your energy, if you're not aware of your intuition, how are you going to know where you are right now? You're going to be thrown about energetically all over the place. So keep tuning into yourself, bringing you in, being aware of how you're feeling, bringing yourself connected to the earth by asking for guidance. Your soul, part of your soul, your higher self, your higher soul is listening to everything that you're saying about yourself. And that means those words that you might put down about yourself. Too fat, too thin, too stupid, too skinny, too this, too that. It listens to it as well. And it almost feels hurt that, oh my God, this individual feels like this right now. And all your soul wants you to do is to expand, wants you to learn. And by each and every one of you that hears this, by having your life experiences, it's just helping you to expand. You owe yourself that personal development. You owe yourself to take this time to connect. Connect to yourself first, so that you then can connect to your soul. So then you can find your soul purpose. So when the energies are tough, like at the moment, when you've got the planets that are moving around, which we know have been lined up for us at this time to help us to grow, it will make it a little bit more easier, your sailing ships, to come back. And that's what Spirit's saying. This is the party, but you just have to choose. Do you stand in the corner? Do you go and talk to others? What do you do? But this is the party of the universe. It's your life. You decide how you want to continue. But this is the time at this moment that reevaluating where you are, what changes you want in your life. And by feeling into those moments of happiness, you can really feel it in your body, so that when you're unhappy, you really feel the difference. And your aim and your goal is to continue to move towards what you like the best and the most, what lights your soul up. And Spirit's just saying it's as simple as that. And then they just laughed, because they know it's not that simple. You were given a brain with a subconscious mind. You're given all the other emotions, and that's what makes it more complicated. But if you learn to connect to your abilities, it helps you tune in better to the universe and the divine. And in the end, you'll be able to sit there, and if you're invited to someone's party and go, how does it feel? Is it the right thing for me? No, it doesn't feel right. And if that person comes along, a relationship, and you feel into that individual and you're like, energetically, am I really liking the feel of that individual in the sense of energetically on the same wavelength as me? We've all heard that terminology, wavelength. Like the radio station, turning those dials at the top of the radio station, tuning in to what suits you best. Is that individual on the same wavelength? Let's tune in. No, they're not. No, let's keep going, looking for the next station, looking for the next person, the next individual. A job. Let me think. Does that suit me? Does it feel the right thing to do? Let's have a little look. Tune into the radio station within you, those dials on the top. How's it make me feel? Does it light me up? Is it going to make me feel really happy? And it's not about the head overthinking, it's about tuning into your heart and how your body feels. And if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Make a choice, make a stand. Things are changing. You have that ability now. But when you tune in more to your intuition and you use your intuition as in tuning more into how you're feeling, that is going to guide you. That will be your internal navigation system. If it's about because it's more money, how's the money feeling for you? If you've got beliefs, negative money beliefs, and then you end up going to that job to work there, I can tell you now, you'll meet people that aren't the same as you, won't be on the same wavelength, you won't be happy, and it'll be the worst thing you do. And knowing humans, as I just said, they'll probably stay there for years living a miserable life. So you choose. You have the opportunity now. Spirit wants to work with each and every one of you so that you can fulfill your dreams. You just need to start feeling into it. And this is the time to do it, where the planets are all lined up energetically, the way things are working right now. You can start deciding the direction you want to be in. Just keep tuning in. Keep repositioning that little sailing ship with your sail. You might have to change directions every so often. It doesn't matter. But really feel into it from the heart. See if it lights you up. If it doesn't light you up, it's not what you're meant to be doing. And so by connecting, you connect to your higher self. And it leads you where you should be. This is your experience that you're having right now. And that was the main reason why they wanted to speak tonight. And this is the main reason and what they wanted to say. When people contact me as a psychic medium and soul practitioner, they're saying, I don't know my soul purpose, my life purpose, what do I do? And a lot of the information last week has been coming through from loved ones who've passed over on the side and from guides and their higher self I've been checking into. It's been about their individual lives and how they got to connect to what lights them up. And that's the biggest thing.